Infinity Plays back at it again with another awesome video, and today we're talking about, in a way, politics. I don't really like talking about politics on this channel, but this one I just had to talk about. I just don't understand how this happened, or why they think this way. This party is dumb as hell. The Rhinoceros Party, and it came from 1963 to originally existed from 1963 to 1993, and it was refounded on May 21st of 2006. But once you look at their policies, you think that they came out on April 1st. That's what really surprises me. This sounds like an April Fool's joke. Like, my friend showed me the Rhinoceros Party on like April Fool's Day, so I thought it was like a joke. But turns out they existed on like May 21st, and you'll see why I thought this was like an April Fool's joke. Politics and policies. In addition to the national platform promises released by the pirate leadership, individual candidates also had considerable freedom to campaign on their own ideas and slogans. Brian Gold of the Rhinoceros Party described the party platform as 2 feet high and made of wood. My platform is the one I'm standing on. A candidate named Ted to Sharp ran campaign slogan. Anyway, this one doesn't really matter. But when you look down here, everything just goes. In the 1979 campaign, government, the Queen of Canada would be seated in Buckingham, Quebec. I don't know. Rather than awarding money as prizes to the lottery, the winners will be appointed the Senate of Canada. That sounds dumb. Rather than partake the constituent by bringing it to Canada, as proposed by Pierre Trudeau, the Rhinoceros Party pledged as being Great Britain home and make it Canada's 11th province. You can already tell they have a lack of brain cells. Energy. But I think it's time to really get into the policies they enforce. Actually, you know what? Building one nuclear plant per household. One nuclear plant per household, including monthly distributions of lead underwear to Canadians, indoor lighting, and provided by their citizens. Burning all the standing barns in Canada Province to Canada Province Energy under the slogan "Burn a barn for Britain." Gender issues anomaly payments would go directly to the federal government, and responsibility for the withholding those payments would fall upon the federal government. Men would be allowed to work as prostitutes, wet nurses, secretaries, and receptionists. I think that was already a thing. Never mind. It's 1979. 1984 campaign. Economy. The Rhinoceros Party pledged to eliminate small businesses and replace them with even very small businesses having less than one employee. Basically, a business where it has no employees. Candidate Graham Ashley, standing in Ottawa, Energy, pledged to take Canada off the gold standard and implement a snow standard, which would improve the economy until the summer. They want to make currency snow. Snow as currency. Public Works. Candidate Starburst, the magician, promised to put a roof on the Olympic Stadium using only a $25 million handkerchief. Let's just go over to the freaking campaigns, because this is some of the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Other campaigns. Other platform promises include repealing the law of gravity. You're repealing the law of gravity. I'm gonna... Listen. Repeal. Repeal basically means just revoke. They want to get rid of gravity. Do they think that the Earth is also flat? Providing higher education by building taller schools. That does not work. Instituting English, French, and illiteracy as Canada's 3 official languages. Illiteracy as a language. That makes no sense. Tearing down the Rocky Mountains so that Albertans could see the Pacific sunsets. That makes why do you want to tear down a mountain? How are you going to do that? Eliminating unemployment by abolishing Statistics Canada, thereby eliminating the bureaucrats that measure unemployment. That's just going to create more unemployment. Making Montreal the Venice of North America by damming the St. Lawrence's River. Does that mean you're just going to you want to turn it into like an Italian city? But you want to like flood the city? I don't know. Abolishing the environment because it's too hard to keep clean. It takes so much space. They want to get rid of nature. Abolishing the environment because it's too hard to clean. It takes up too much space. I don't. Why? Annexing the United States. Good fucking luck with that. Which would take its place as the third territory in Canada's backyard after the Yukon and the Northwest Territories. None of it did not yet exist. In order to eliminate foreign control of Canada, natural resources. Here's a kicker. Ending crime by abolishing all laws. Can anybody tell me why this is a terrible idea? Or, in fact, how it doesn't make sense? To provide more parking in the Maritimes by paving the Bay of Fundy, and to create the world's largest parking by paving the province of Manitoba. The entire province? How? Okay, if you... Why? Manitoba is just really a big parking lot. Just, turning Montreal's St. Cathedral Street into the world's longest bowling alley. I mean, if there was like an event, if this was like an event in a once a year thing, then that would be kind of fine. But turning to making it permanently a bowling alley, no. Amending Canada's Freedom of the Information Act. Nothing is free anymore. Canadians should have to pay for their information. Fucking hell. Making the Canadian climate more temperate by tapping into the natural resources of hot air. You cannot just change temperature of the freaking globe or a region. It's not like the freaking like air conditioning of a house. Your brain is full of hot air. Your brain is full of hot air. Storing nuclear waste in the Senate. After all, we've been storing political waste there for years. Okay. Why? Adopting the British system by driving on the left. That this was the gradually phased in over 5 years with large trucks and tractors first, then buses, eventually including small cars, bicycles, and wheelchairs last. What? Bicycles and wheelchairs on the frickin' road? Also, we've been driving in Canada. We've been driving on the right side of the road like forever now. So no. Selling the Senate of Canada as an antique auction in California? selling the Senate of Canada at an antique auction in California. Wow. Putting the national debt on Visa. Why? Declaring war on Belgium because a Belgian cartoon character, Tintin, killed a rhinoceros in one of the cartoons. This is, they are dead serious, by the way. Offering to call off the proposed Belgian-Canada war if Belgium delivered a case of mussels and a case of Belgian beer to rhinoceroses' hindquarters in Montreal. The Belgian embassy in Ottawa did, in fact, do this. This would. Oh god. Painting Canada's coastal sea limits in watercolor. Painting Canada's coastal sea limits in watercolor so that Canadian fish would know where they were at all times. What the hell? What does this even mean? Painting Canada's coastal sea limits. Oh my freaking god! They're telling fish to not go over the freaking line. They don't understand what the hell that even is. How is this supposed to even do anything? Banning guns and butter, since both kill. I can tell you what almost never kills, though. Banning lousy Canadian winters. Oh my fucking god. These guys think they control the frickin' weather. You cannot just control, like, the seasons. Building a bridge spanning the country from Vancouver Island to Newfoundland. That's gonna be one big ass bridge. Changing Canada's currency to bubblegum. Hang on. Making the Trans Canada Highway only one way. How the fuck are you supposed to get home then? Changing Canada's currency to bubblegum so it can inflate or deflate at will. What? This is. I swear to God. Why the hell is it? I swear to God. It feels like an April Fool's joke. Donating a free rhinoceros to every aspiring artist in Canada. This thing hates. Why though? You cannot take care of a rhinoceros. They're freaking deadly. Counting the 1,000 islands to see if America is still there aren't actually 1,000 fucking islands. It's just called the 1,000 Islands. Knocking down the Rocky Mountains and building giant bicycle paths sloping downhill in both directions, so Canadians could coast from coast to coast. I don't even. You're tearing down mountains again. Why? Here's something. The Rhino Party also declared that should they somehow actually win an election, they would immediately dissolve and force a second election. We Rhinos think that elections are so fun, we want to hold them all the time. Declared victory after one election, claiming all Canadians were rhinoceroses, whether they knew it or acknowledged it. Thick-skinned, short-sighted, mean-tempered, etc. What the fuck are they smoking? Can I swear to God. For some odd reason, like in frickin' 1980, they had 10,000 286 votes. That was 1.01% of Canada's population. And they got 2.43%. How did they get any votes? Every single thing about the freaking rhinoceroses is freaking dumb. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video on that dumbass Lego party that clearly smoke crack 24/7. Make sure to subscribe, comment, like, hit that notification bell so you get notified of my future videos. Without further ado,